Guys, the Flannel Boys are back. We are here for grand finals of Kings of the Storm 3. Are you excited, Jake?
Oh, I'm excited. We got
finals.
a cat on my lap.
This is it. We're here. We are ready.
The cat of the stream.
Yes.
Oh, she tried to escape.
Cat must go.
She's hanging out. She's hanging out. She's not hanging out anymore. She's like, I didn't like that at all.
Peter, please.
She's still here.
Don't call me.
Well, let's just take a final look at the bracket here to see what teams have been through. Now, Symbiote sweeping their way to the finals. They did drop one game. Very unlike them. They did drop one game.
Yep.
That seems to be their thing. They drop a game and event now lately. But they, over Dream State, over Wildfire, and then to Arc, and now they are here again against Wildfire once more. Now, Wildfire lost to them in round 2, and then had to fight their way through the gauntlet of teams. And if you go to KOTS.challenge.com, you can find the bracket there, but we can see that Wildfire actually had to defeat their sister team, ESV Tempest, and then they had to play Glorious. They defeated Glorious 2-1, and then we just watched them defeat 2 Arc Iliad 2-0 in the loser finals. And here we are at the draft here of the grand finals, and it's already well underway as we were distracted by cats.
I know.
The silly kitties. And we can see we have a ban on Abathur and a ban on Nova. Pickles picks up Tychus here for the side of ESV Wildfire, and we have an Arthas and Tassadar pick for Symbiote Gaming, followed by a Noob and Uther for ESV Wildfire, Falstead Kerrigan. This is going. They actually did this. They actually did this ridiculously ridiculously quickly. And Falstead Kerrigan for Symbiote, Tyrael Hammer for Wildfire, and Brightwing picked up here to finish it out for Symbiote. Pickle says we're ready.
You know what? If you want to jump into it, I can talk about the draft a little bit when we're
I know. Like, we didn't even get to talk about it just to announce it. But everyone's anxious to go. They just shovel their food in their mouths. Got ready for this match here. And is SMG ready? So I got the numbers again. That's 7485 SMG ready.
Many more numbers this time. Okay.
Oh my goodness, I love it. It's like such a little thing. Techie's doing his little dance here. I don't actually understand it, but we see the dance. The game audio would be sick, wouldn't it? The countdown has commenced, and here we are going into our first map here, Dragonshire. Best of 5, but SMG is up 1-0.
They're up 1 game. So, interesting. Nova ban. I thought that was, so again, we're looking at probably slight bit of a throwaway ban, but again, War Greymon is pretty good on Nova, so it's not a complete throwaway, but it really allows them to take the more of those quote-unquote top-tier heroes. We saw that they ended up taking all I hear is just pig noises going on constantly.
Well, that's SMG for you.
Perpetually trolling us. I love it.
Oh, there we go. We got the triple pig circle here. They practice this. They actually just practice this constantly. They're known for it. Now, careful with that sword, Arthas. You don't want to stab an innocent pig.
Okay, alright, so to introduce the teams, SMG on the blue side, we have Dreadnought on Arthas, Arthlon on Kerrigan, Mad Timmy on Brightwing, Soldier on Tassadar, and KO on Falstead.
KO on Falstead indeed. And on the other side of the map, we have ESV Wildfire with Iacona repping the Uther. War Greymon is going to be playing Tychus this match. Techie on Hammer once again. Anubrak will be played by Pickles, and Poom playing Tyrael. This has been pretty consistent, their composition. Their team, who's playing who. Just throughout this entire event, it's been very, very, very consistent for ESV.
Yeah, and again, we have Hammer, bottom lane, Dragonshire once again. It seems to be working out pretty well. Will we continue to see the undefeated reign of Sergeant Hammer? Who knows?
It's possible, man. I mean, power to her. She's been getting a lot of work in this game. Actually, in early siege, sieges tend to be used far and few with Hammer, especially when it's early in the game. But
there's grenade. There's stun from Uther, so they can peel.
It's safe. Yeah, exactly like you said. I mean, it's safe. They know that they're in a pretty decent position in terms of positioning, and just got mines laid around right now. Matt Timmy's going to just walk right in as they step on up and go back to the ground.
I will say SMG got a lot of their comfort heroes this game. You see Dreadnought on Arthas, KO on Falstead, Arthlon. He's shown us a lot of really strong Kerrigan play this game. I'd be a little bit scared if I was Wildfire, honestly.
I'd be scared if I was ever playing SMG, to be honest with you. But
Okay,
that's
fair.
just me. That's just me. But no, I mean, Wildfire knows they can beat them. They've taken a game off them once. It was actually a very unique game where they had. It wasn't today.
Yeah.
And they had a Lightning Breath Diablo. It was
Oh,
actually
yes,
a
of course,
really
of course.
impressive game.
They came very, very close.
actually fell. So SMG actually picked up a kill here on Anubarak. We managed to miss that here, and a lot of damage going down on Techie as the fallback. Wargreymon just using that. I always forget the even name of it. I call it Spray and Pray, but that's actually
That is the overkill.
Overkill.
Yes.
Spray and Pray is such a better name. Iacona taking a lot of damage. Has a back up here. Primal Grasp getting massive value. And I'm wearing my Kerrigan pin with pride right now as Arthlon goes ham.
Everything was lined up so perfectly for them that, oh my gosh, if she had the spikes off cooldown there, that probably would have been a kill on Hammer too. And of course, the cooldowns are a little bit different compared to the Primal Grasp.
Yeah, it's indeed. But you know, oh my goodness, that's going to be a kill as well. You have the Primal Grasp. You leap in, Primal Grasp, you throw the stun and the poly on top of it. It's just like, goodbye. And you didn't even need that storm that was just raining on top of her because it was more than enough. And actually, Arthlon's going to be grabbing the first Dragonite already.
Very
2 minutes,
play so far.
30 seconds. We have a Dragonite walking down the middle of the map.
Gosh, this feels like August. Like we're looking at double and Venom, Arthas, Kerrigan roaming. Like what? We haven't seen this type of meta in a really, really long time.
I want to point out that SMG has had the privilege and the benefit and advantage as well of just sitting here and watching ESV Wildfire's games. They've had nothing to do since they qualified for Winners Finals quite a while ago, and they just get to sit back as a team, sit in their chat channel, their voice channel, watch the games, and analyze their composition. And since this composition has been pretty darn consistent throughout the events, they've probably picked apart what they've been doing. And if ESV Wildfire, I mean, I don't see this game going that well. It looks like, I mean, it's early in the game.
Of course.
Symbiote, I guarantee you, they know what they're up to. They know what they want to do.
Yeah.
And I think Wildfire is going to have to make adjustments to respond.
So I'm not going to go ahead and say that Techie is bad on Sergeant Hammer, but Sergeant Hammer is considered to be a weaker hero. That said, if he was doing exceptionally crazy play this tournament and was just really dominating with Hammer, I'd say maybe the draft went okay for them. But I'd have to look at SMG's draft, and it's phenomenal, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the draft is always terrifying. They're so very strong at it. I mean, it's one of their biggest strengths as a team. They have so many strengths, but that's definitely one of the things that stands out about them the most. Getting the Giants there from Brightwing, we saw the bribe go up on this right side, and then we have
they're able to take the aggressive Giants. They're going to get all the Giant camps if they clean this up. Of course, Techie's positioning.
Yeah, Techie's there. He's ready to try to dash on in. He can try to do the knockback. It's 3 players there, though. They throw down the Clairvoyance to see exactly how many there are, and they opt to actually just fall back, play defensively here, and KO is going to try to clean up these mines. So the Giants take the shots anyways.
Yeah, we're seeing pretty standard talents. Dreadnought on Arthas going just for a pretty standard tanky build here with the Rune Tap. Zerglings on Kerrigan. That's certainly to be some blocks, some skill shots, although we don't see Nova on the other team, but it's pretty solid in terms of DPS output.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, just a lot of pressure being put down here. The 3 Giants here trying to get a lot of work done. This wall has fallen pretty quickly here. Anubarak has a burrow charge away from the Soldier, or the Tassadar and the False Knight player here. But Dreadnought, man, just so
the power
clutch
of Venom there.
Yeah, just
so good early game.
Beautifully done. The Howling Blast just locking him down, enabling that kill. And Matt, Timmy, and Arthlon are just going to be keeping this toe-to-toe here. But as Soldier floats down, they're going to get a little bit more aggressive. That Giant is still alive after all this. And this well is going to be falling. 3v3 in the bottom lane. Looks like Knights are being taken here for SMG, KO, and Dreadnoughts floating on down to help that out.
Really looks like they're hitting their stride this game.
It really does.
So much smoother, like all their SMG, of course. We've seen them stumble here and there to some of the teams, losing a game to Arc, of course, and some of the games they had versus Wildfire earlier in the tournament weren't so strong, but this game is so far incredibly dominant.
I mean, yeah, they look incredibly polished, well-oiled machine right now.
Yeah.
Matt Timmy on the other hand, as soon as we say that,
oh
put Emerald Wind as for the disengage.
That was incredible.
Yeah, and just barely not enough with the Impale there coming out of Pickles. But Matt Timmy just going to Hearth back, and he can just use Phase Shift to go back into one of his allies. We see the offensive Knights coming down here out of Symbiote, and this is just really nicely done. We see the actual just Phase Shift comes down right away.
Gosh. They have just taken so many camps away from them.
I mean, we saw the offensive bribe.
They know they're at the bottom side of the map.
I mean, they have every single camp right now, like you said. Not so many, but every camp. Like, just flat out, every single camp has been taken. And we see that Wildfire is, in fact, rotating on up here to try to defend this fort. But it's going to be tough because there's a lot of firepower. And level 10 has been achieved. So the heroic advantage is no longer there. KO, though, taking a lot of damage, a little bit out of position. The shields go down on KO. Judgment following up from Poom to lock this down. Get the kill there. Very nicely done. We saw a nice big play here. Wargreymon is taking a lot of damage, though. Arthlon, it needs to back on up, as Arthlon is going to fall as well. Oh, Matt Timmy and Inch Soldier both in a bad spot, but the Emerald Wind is huge, but Hammer boosting on forward to try to chase here on Mad Timmy. I don't think he's going to be able to catch him, but Poom and Iacona, the knockback, nicely done. I mean, just huge props for that, because that's what it takes to secure that kill, and nicely done by Wildfire. But Tread says, no, man, you don't wipe my... Oh, maybe you do wipe my team. Okay.
Actually, I will say that a lot of that fight came down to Anubarak had some pretty good positioning. Very, very nice spikes.
Did they get Anubarak?
Yeah, you can say they got Anubarak. I'll give it to you. And Wildfire, yeah, sure. As a result of all of that, they were able to pick up the dragon. Hopefully, they're probably looking to take this forward, of course. A bit early, maybe, but they have the hero advantage right now. I don't see why they shouldn't be able to.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it's looking pretty good. Wildfire is crawling their way back into this game. I mean, getting this Dragonite is huge. 12 minutes, or level 12, 7 minutes into the game. Now, Pickles took a lot of damage, but they're going to just keep pushing down the walls, trying to even out that forward advantage. They're not going to get any forts out of this, but they're going to at least open them and expose them for future possibilities here. But look how quickly, look how quickly the Dragonite falls here. Just from really just the Tassadar and the Falstad player just chipping away.
So, interesting talent thing that was pointed out to me was that the Anubarak didn't take the slow on the spikes. That's a 3.5 second slow. That's a long time in terms of a team fight. And later on, when you hit 16, you got that rewind. 2 sets of spikes going out with 3.5 second slow. Ended up going with one of the shield upgrades. It's a bit strange to me. I'd have to love to hear the reasoning on that as to why they didn't choose to take that is really barbed spikes.
Well, Wildfire managed to get a mercenary camp for the first time in this game. Good for them. And they're going to try to posture here for these bottom giants to see if they can get a push going. That's what they need. If any team manages to get a push while taking a team fight as well, it's a huge swing in momentum. But we see the double bribe going down here out of the Brightwing, securing these giants. And they're just going to clean up the enemy giants and then posture for a fight here. But we can see that Wildfire is waiting around these here. And immediately Pickles is in the front line, taking a lot of damage. He does have Bird Charge available, I believe. Oh my goodness, the Emerald Wind wasn't really that necessary there, but he did a lot of work. More damage than positioning and than anything. And this is actually just domination.
Yeah, the Focus Fire there was absolutely just perfect. So on point.
Like, we had the Anubarak in the front line. You know, Burrow Charge was ready to escape. It wasn't used offensively, and they just kept them locked down. And Anubarak is a tank that, like, he really excels in disrupting more than sustaining damage.
Of course.
Like, he's more about the stuns than sustaining damage.
Heck, if you can keep them stunned the entire time, you don't have to worry about taking any damage.
Right, exactly. And that's kind of like how the hero is supposed to work out. He's supposed to kind of retain a little bit of shielding while he locks them down. But if you focus him and you stun him like that, you can just remove him from the fight. And that's exactly what we saw there.
SMG really likes their rewind comps.
How many rewinds do we got?
We got 3.
We got 3. 1, 2, and 3 rewinds, and at 16.
No. That was the other game where Anubarak has rewind on 16. But
Anubarak is in fact on ESV Wildfire this game.
Okay, so of course they took their giants, looking to posture to push at this. They'd like to take this bottom fort. Actually sticking a bit far back. A little bit worried about their positioning. Playing it safe.
Yeah, nice clairvoyance is giving, you know, full vision of what's happening here for SMG. And, you know, Wildfire just going to try to posture around, take the shrine, make sure they don't get some kind of cheeky Dragonite stolen from beneath them, as KO could, at any point in time, just fly in up to the top lane. But at that point I wanted to make there, if SMG manages to take a big team fight here, it's very easy for them to capture that Dragonite.
Oh, it's going to be so fast.
And just get a big momentum swing, so they got to worry about that for sure. But they're just kind of posturing, trying to find that right point of initiation of who is Poom going to choose to use his judgment on.
Yep. Actually, if anything, SMG wants to stall this out a little bit. As you guys can see, there's about another 6 seconds or so until we see Maelstrom back up, which is a big chunk of their AoE damage. So if they can stall out until about right now, I wouldn't be surprised to see SMG jump in.
Yeah, Maelstrom is back up. Like you said, all heroics are available for all 10 players in this match. And
gosh, so much footsie.
It's the skirt steak match right now. Everyone is hungry for that skirt steak, and they're just skirting around, seeing what they can get done. Soldier just trying to posture. He's gonna wait for that Archon play.
They're slowly pushing out with all the mines. Oh,
there's the Judgment with a Shotgun not going down defensively. Iacona throwing down his Divine Storm, doing a lot of work on Medtimmy. Medtimmy's gonna fall here. Does he get off his Emerald Wind? Nope, doesn't look like it. Boom, getting just. I mean, just Soldier was uncontested. He just got to sit in the back line and just wail away with Archon, doing so much work. And Arthalon taps the well and just comes right back on in here, but he's actually has to turn around as Iacona has his shields available, able to keep up himself and Techie, you know, relatively safely because, I mean, Uther, that guy can heal.
So much damage was dealt to that fight within the first like 2 seconds. Everyone was just getting erased.
I mean, it's tough to choose. There's so many priority targets on the side of SMG.
Yeah.
You want to kill the Falstead, you want to kill the Kerrigan, you want to kill the Tassadar.
Wow. Did you see that juke from Techie there?
Yeah, that was
he walked right back at Dreadnought on Arthas right there. He said, no, I don't really want this Howling Blast. No thanks. He turned right around, walked at him, and knew that the stun was dissipated so that he could walk back, and it was enough. He just barely lived with about a sliver of health there.
Is KO going to fly to that top shrine, or is he going to help his allies? We're going to find out in just a moment here.
All right, so what's next for each team at this point? I imagine, especially now having seen that Giants were taken, bottom there, I'd like to see, again, them just go for the push if they can to take out that fort finally. And that'll give them certainly a level up advantage there. Of course, we are at 16, which is where we see a lot of the utility talents taken. Sergeant Hammer's got the extra mines we saw. That was really how they were able to initiate that last team fight. They're slowly pushing forward. Let me just put these mines here and this push here, move forward a little bit, put the mines down because they know that that disrupt is really annoying. So the SMG kept backing out just a little bit, got right to their wall and just said, all right, we've had enough of this. We're going in.
Well, Wildfire is actually opting to push here, but SMG, being SMG, says, okay, yeah, go ahead, get our fort. We're going to make this keep vulnerable. And if you don't react immediately, you're going to lose it. And they're forced them into Hearth. They don't even get the keep, immediately have to Hearth back. And it's just, it's like such an, you know, what's a good defense? A strong offense.
Right, exactly.
And that's the exact mentality that SMG runs with here. They just say, well, you know, we're not down there to defend that, but...
Oh, look at this. Boom, out of position.
Yeah, that shotgun was actually completely whipped. I mean, it hit Iacona, the Judgment goes down on KO doing massive work. But Poop is actually going to fall there, and he does have his Ghost form. He's going to try to walk through the wall there and get some damage done on Medtimmy. He gets Medtimmy and Arthalon. Oh, nicely done. Arthalon's actually going to be able to pick up Pickles here. It's just action happening left and right. Arthalon barely lives. Iacona actually in a really bad spot. Do we have the Howling Blast available here? Doesn't look like it. And, you know, it looks like SMG is not going to opt to get pressure. They're just going to go here for the safe play and maybe grab these Knights. Soldier doesn't need a team. He's just going to push by himself.
Care. Doesn't care. Yeah, that fight was it split up really fast. We saw Poom, he was kind of poking forward a little bit, really wanted to try to find the right target to Judgment on once his team was ready to back him up. And he found himself taking a lot of damage really quickly. And hold that thought for a second. It looks like Dreadnought is going to find himself in the position to take a Dragon Knight, move forward. And since they were capping that just before they capped Dragon Knight, they were able to get a Knight push. I wonder if we're just going to see a real heavy push go in top lane.
I mean, I can't believe how much damage Iacona took right there. He walked in to try to take them on at the Knights. Dragon Knight was picked up right after that. Like you said, they got the Knights and the Dragon Knight, and Iacona almost lost his life too. I mean, just really dominant, scary play. Just doing a lot of work. Now they're defending the Knights in the top lane, but then they have the immediate threat of the Dragon Knight here in the middle of the map as Dreadnought's going to be pushing right down the middle. Looks like he's actually going to opt to just take the fort, his posture with his team, position himself so that they can just clean this fort up right quick. You can see Soldier's already on it.
Yep, they took the safer play there. They certainly could have decided to push in with the Knight stop, but they said, hey, you know what, we can get two forts for free right here.
Just maximize the efficiency or the value out of your Dragon Knight. And it's a really nice play. And they're just kind of clearing up their lanes right now, soaking up that experience, knowing that they've got a nice one-level lead. If they can get 21st, then they can force a really strong engagement. Yep,
absolutely. And, I mean, what does Wildfire do at this point? It's they're in a tough spot.
They need to win a team fight. I mean, plain and simple. If they can win a team fight before 20, that's huge. Because winning a team fight at 20 is going to be a lot harder.
That's a much more of an uphill battle for sure. Okay, so it looks like Dreadnought breaks out of that Dragon Knight, and the SMG will back up. Okay, so, I mean, what's really left on the map? They have to probably will just back up and take Giants. No, they've decided to go for a party push, and they're well aware of what's going on here. Techie firing that Napalm Strike right in there.
Party bush sniffed out.
Yep.
No party here, boys. Get moist, boys, says ESV Wildfire as they throw that moist bomb there. Well, Boom is going on right in with the judgment there. With the Archon pops down. A beautiful, beautiful both Emerald Wind and Shock and Awe. Pickles needs to back on out here. Iacona going to hold. After a nice Defiant Storm, his Ghost will live on and continue the fight here for a little while. Pickles does fall. Soldier barely going to live through this. Matt, Timmy, and Arthalon are both very low as Wargreymon is still at full health here. Is the poly available? Oh my goodness, the turn.
So
the turn
aggressive.
is so aggressive, but I love it. I love it, just showing how much value is available there with Storm Shield. And, you know, they're just...
That whole team fight turned with that Emerald Wind. Yeah. It was just positioned so well.
It was a moist Emerald Wind, that's for sure.
Oh my goodness. You are killing me here. So, all right, obviously they're going to go in and take this keep for free, and I wonder what plans they have immediately after. Are they feeling risky here? Do they want to go in and get the kill? Don't think they can. Their health pools are really low. Their mana is super low. They have a huge level lead. They're up 2 levels pretty much right here. I mean, and they can just back up, take the Giants. Huge Giant push coming in bottom. And if they can manage to do all of that before Wildfire takes 20, they're going to be in a real rough spot. I gotta say I really don't agree with that bribe.
Yeah, it seems unnecessary, but you know what? What else is he going to use it on at this point in the game? It's like all the other camp. If you just bribe one giant, it makes the camp take a lot less time.
That's true.
So you use it on the one giant, you move to another camp. Use it on one giant. We'll see that again here. If he has the bribe stack available, no, he actually doesn't. So he only have the one bribe. But yeah, it works. It's become a common thing to bribe one giant at a camp. Actually, often to not take that, and the Clairvoyance comes down as soon as he hearts out of there. Yep. So just going to top off, make sure that they're all ready for battle. Now the 2-level advantage is there.
Yep.
Granted, it's only 1 level from 20, but that's 1 long level away.
That's a huge level, yeah.
And they're only soaking the bottom lane.
I can't believe how aggressive Wildfire is getting right here. I figured that the camp pressure would have been enough for SMG to just go in and take both shrines, get another dragon perhaps. I think actually it's probably still the right play from Wildfire. They know they have to get aggressive and stop this map presence that SMG has. And gosh, it does not look like it's going well.
Oh my goodness, not going well at all. The Shotgun now doing massive damage to... I mean, the Odin got deleted immediately, and so did the Tyrael. Pickles, again, not anywhere near where he wants to be. He's going to fall as well. Level 20 still hasn't been hit, so that means not a single resurgence available on the team. 3 down, and honestly, this is SMG's cue to push and end the game.
I think that's what they're going for.
It's 5-2. They got 40+ seconds in all the death timers here.
Yep.
I mean, this is a huge opportunity, and I'd be shocked if they don't manage to take it. Brightwing even opting to phase shift from here to here. Kind of unnecessary. I thought it
Perhaps
was
a bit
cute.
of BM, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a BM, just showing his moves, showing his little fairy wings.
And we're going to see SMG take a 2-0 advantage over ESV Wildfire.
Yeah, if you guys want to try to screen cap the talents there, I know we don't show them that often.
Yep.
We're going to try to actually release the talents of every single game that we cast here in screen cap form.
You guys heard it here first.
You heard it
Jake
here
has
first.
volunteered graciously to go through every single replay and show us all the builds for every hero.
It'll happen by Friday next week.
Well, that's
I'm gonna give myself
a long time for everyone to wait.
More than enough time. It'll happen sometime early this week, but I will go through all the replays and I'll make sure that I upload every single talent option we can see for every game that's been played and cast by us on this stream here, because I know we don't show the talent screen all that often. We like to stick to the action as much as we can. Yeah. And we try to read off the talents here and there because we have a special third monitor that actually just is dedicated to our talents.
Yes.
But yeah, so that actually gives SMG a 2-0 advantage.
2-0 lead. What do you think of that game? It was pretty dominant, I would say, huh? They really, from start to finish, they had that level lead the whole time.
It was dominant, but it wasn't a stomp.
No.
It was a 20-minute game. I mean, Wildfire kept, they were on their back foot pretty much the whole game.
Yeah.
But they kept fighting back. They got back into the game at one point. It looked like they were at an even point, but SMG just really dominated.
They just kept taking small advantages here and there. They said, okay, we have an advantage. We can just hold on to it, taking these camps, taking these objectives. Yep. And taking safe play. Surprisingly, just okay, we get this Dragonite. We'll just take these 2 forts and just slow push our way to the win. That's exactly what happened.
SMG 1 win away from being the champions of the Storm 3.
They are.
Uphill battle here for Wildfire. They have to win 3 more games. Yeah. Guys, we're going to throw to a quick commercial break. We'll be back as soon as we can. Yes. And stay tuned for game number 2. It's not 3, even though they're up 2-0. Game 2.
A little confusing.
I know. A little confusing. They have a one free win for being the finals winners.
Yep.
And guys, we'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. Guys, we are back here for the next game, second game.
Yep.
Kings of the Storm 3 Grand Finals between Symbiote Gaming and ESV Wildfire. Team Plaid boys, Plaid of the Storm.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what happened? There seems to be a bit of a change in your wardrobe here. Did you abandon me?
It's a little warm. It's a little warm. And
we were doing Plaid all day.
I wanted to show my support to this little group here called ESL.
Oh, okay.
They're doing some stuff with Heroes of the Storm in the near future. They've been doing stuff in Europe for a while.
Yeah.
And
so you guys keep an eye out for that
They
stuff.
got some stuff happening in North America in the near future. And they actually did the production for all the streams at BlizzCon. So take that into consideration. They're a very talented company. Yeah. And just wanted to rock their colors
shout-outs,
for a little
subtle
bit.
shout-outs.
Some shout-outs. Shout-outs.
Okay.
They were subtle for the whole show, but it's getting warm in here.
Yeah.
Plaid boys are
feeling suddenly very lonely. It's just my shirt is so lonely. Okay. Anyway,
okay,
we got some picks.
Draft time, yeah. Let's go. So as we go over to the draft, we can see that we had the first ban coming up for Symbiote Gaming on Nova, banning out Nova, and a response with a ban on Abathur.
I'm getting the feeling that Wildfire does not like Abathur.
Has there been a game where they did not ban Abathur?
I can't. I'm not looking back to the past few games. They've banned Abathur almost every time. They just are not feeling like dealing with that.
I mean, you can't blame them.
It's
It's not a bad play by any means, and we can see that.
Of course, Soldier he's strong on Abathur, so it's very reasonable. And we see the Nova ban again.
Yeah.
War Greymon is quite good.
Yeah,
Nova, as we mentioned before.
I told you, it's standing out to me. It really is.
But it's also a bit of a throwaway pick again. We saw that last game. We actually didn't get to talk about it too much. So
well, I mean, SMG, they're comfortable about pretty much everyone. And it's just like Nova is like they nearly lost to that Nova play earlier in round 2 of winners bracket.
That's true.
That Nova was really just getting so much work done. And it's like, well, you know what? That's what was really standing out to us versus you guys. So let's not deal with that. Let's just remove the Nova from you. We can deal with whatever else you have, and let's just remove that. And just going through the picks that we have here, we see Tassadar was the first pick for Symbiote Gaming, and they followed up with a Nubarak and Falstad. But on the other side of things, we see that they picked up both Tychus and Arthas, 2 huge picks here. So I mean, honestly, nothing out of the ordinary yet. I mean, a noob Falstad, Tassadar, all
solid heroes,
all top tier heroes, and Tychus, Arthas, arguably, you know, 2 of the best, arguably the best assassin and the best warrior in the game right there. Yeah. So pretty solid picks.
All right, so let's take a look. Let's see, what is Wildfire expecting? They got Tassadar, Nubarak, and Falstad. So they're going to need to be picking up a support. No, they don't.
Diablo and Vala coming out here for Wildfire. Poom's Diablo. Now, I don't think we'll see Lightning Breath. I think this will be an Apocalypse strategy. Rhaegar is going to be on their mind, and Symbiote's going to know this. Symbiote's going to see that they have so much health between... Oh my god, that skin. Between Diablo, Arthas, and Tychus.
Yeah.
And yep, they actually counterplay and grab Rhaegar. They're like, they want Rhaegar, we're going to take Rhaegar away from them.
It's smart.
So they pick up Raynor to pair with the Archon, the Raynor. They're going to go for Lust here.
Yep.
This is a Lust composition.
For sure.
It's a deny and a pick up. Very, very smart play by Symbiote.
Double value.
Double value.
Oh, 2 for 1.
Buy one, get one free. Raynor's on sale today. No, Rhaegar. Raynor. Try saying that like 8 times fast.
That's a tough one.
Just try.
That is a tough one.
Everyone in stream, you guys better in chat. You guys better be trying to say that right now.
And Uther is the pick up for their support. So I, of course, knew they were going to go for support pick there.
If anyone's bored enough to actually make a video of them saying Rhaegar, Raynor, like 10 times fast,
no, it actually can't be done.
If you send me a video of that, I will watch it and I will laugh at you. It'll be great.
Wow, so nice, Jake. What a guy.
All right, Uther is going to be the final pick here. So it's going to be a Raynor, Tassadar, Nubarak, Rhaegar, Falstad versus our Uther Tyrael, Nova, Arthas, and Diablo. Guys, both teams are saying they're ready. Well, at least Symbiote isn't. SMG ready.
So...
No numbers.
I like the Diablo pick. Yeah, I think you're right. They can't take Lightning Breath this game. APOC will definitely have some use with Odin, of course, and Vala. If they can lock some people down, get some good strafes off, there's some potential there. I think it would be a huge mistake to go Lightning Breath, to be honest with you.
Matt Timmy, we were born ready. Dreadnought, 7698147. I dead ready.
All day.
I dead ready.
All day with this guy.
Dragonshire. Again, we've seen a lot of games on this map
it's probably the most played map of this tournament for sure.
And we're getting the game ready here. Score is, in fact, 2-0. Symbiote got that quote-unquote free victory as they were, in fact, the champions of the winners bracket. So that's
not
the
like
winners
they didn't
bracket.
work for it, though.
Right,
They certainly dominated that winners bracket.
That's an earned one-game advantage.
Yes, of
It's
course.
more than fair. Other tournaments do rules like you have to win 2 series. If you come from the losers bracket, you have to win 2 series. The winners bracket has to win 1 series.
But we've always got our Europe viewers in mind, okay? We're just wrap this up as fast as we can.
And the players are exhausted, too.
Oh, of course.
It's a long day. So, well, introductions.
Of course.
Just really quick.
Yes, so SMG, blue side, we have Dreadnought on Anubarak, Mad Timmy on Rhaegar, Arthlon on Raynor, KO on Falstad, and Soldier on Tassadar.
I totally didn't look at any of the players while you said them because they were all over the place. But
Too
we're going to have
fast.
Pickles on Arthas. We've got Techie on Tychus. We have Iacona playing as the Medic Uther yet again and again. Wargreymon playing as Valak here. And Poom is rocking the Dark Diablo. No Master Skin. He disappoints me. He's
No,
not
he had it. He had it. He switched off of it.
Did he have it?
Yeah,
Or
you
was he
remember
just
seeing
teasing
it?
it?
You're
Doesn't
like-
mean he owns it. You
Oh,
can
that's
look
true.
at it.
No, you're right.
Doesn't
You're
mean he owns
absolutely
it.
right there. You're absolutely right.
Well,
God, Techie Tychus.
the Techie
Techie
Tycho.
So many.
No
so
hammer.
Many. You're right. Yes, no hammer. I'd love to talk to them to figure out what it is that some comps they feel confident taking.
Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful burrow charge on Pickles, forcing him back there. Dreadnought just showing his aggression. Every time we watch him play, I mean, Soldier does play as the Anubarak quite often here for SMG, but every once in a while we see Dreadnought playing him as well. And I find that Dreadnought is a little bit more aggressive. It's always really exciting. He just gets so many big stuns. I mean, Dreadnought's everyone on SFG, everyone on Wildfire, all these guys are really talented, but something about Dread's Anubarak is just really exciting to watch.
Yeah, he definitely has the execution down quite a bit. He makes the right calls for sure.
And shrines are up here. Bottom shrine easily taken here for SMG. Top shrine still under contention here. Arthlon trying to fight Poom the best he can. This is a pretty even lane, but Arthlon's going to run up on his money pig, not mini pig, grab it.
It's a mini money pig. So many tongue twisters today.
And you know, Soldier is going to have the challenge of getting this over Wargreymon, but Wargreymon is not going to give it up. No way that it's going to be taken. Yeah, he's going to walk on forward.
Oh, wow, that was
the
max range right
yeah.
there. I mean, he certainly could have walked up and, was that Siphoning Arrow?
Yeah, it was still on cooldown at that point, but Pickles actually has the Hearthon back here. A lot of pressure being done in the bottom lane. And the Dragon Knight won't be taken quite yet. Poom, Arthlon and Poom dueling it out up here. It looks like Arth's passive is still a bit on cooldown. He's going to try to cap this again here, but he's really got to be careful near Poom.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
The max range shadow charge, and there goes the passive.
Overstayed is welcome by just a couple frames there. My goodness. I'm surprised. I feel like maybe Arth might have a well. He was holding that lane pretty well, and then all of a sudden Diablo seems to have taken the upper hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, it's not like Diablo's bad at laning by any means, so it's a very even lane for sure. Wargreymon actually looks like he's going for a multi-shot build. We saw the grenades coming out of the multi-shot, and yeah, he is going to multi-shot build, so it's going to be interesting to see. You get that lockdown with the Howling Blast from Arthas, and you just throw down the multi-shots, and it does massive damage, reduces your cooldowns when you get battle momentum, and we'll likely see Strafe with that as well.
Any other interesting talents taken? Yeah, I think that's really the one to note. We've seen a lot of Wallace today. Been going some auto attack builds, and I think that there's certainly a lot of value in having the AoE damage for sure. And it looks like we got Techie into a bit of a trouble here. Looks like they're going to be backing up, perhaps taking the shrine for SMG.
Yeah,
they have control of top shrine. Again, Tassadar and Vol will be duking it out in the middle.
Well, you know, that was a nice Impale and a Howling Blast. It pretty much negated each other in that little situation there. Again, the Dragon Knight is not going to be easy to take here, as Wargreymon is going to be posturing the best he can. Max ranged, once again, here with the multi-shot, and just going to throw down a Storm to keep zoning, Tassadar taking no damage, and as long as they can maintain these shrines, I mean, Wargreymon is going to just continue taking more and more damage from those storms. It's like it's as you get too close.
Oh my
gosh! I can't believe it! I can't believe it!
No.
The punt!
Oh, yes!
Wow.
That was the exact amount of damage you needed to kill him. We were just sitting there like holding our breath like, oh my god, is he going to kill him? That was perfect.
Oh my goodness. Unfortunate for Wargreymon there, just barely, missing the interrupt and ultimately getting punted in the butt and killed ultimately there. So
the hunt? No, the punt.
The punt. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it
And also getting a kill like immediately upon taking the Dragon Knight right there. They're gonna get a lot more out of this Dragon Knight than they would normally see. Getting this wall right here is just about the most.
It's usually what you get,
Yeah.
and they're gonna get a sizable amount of damage here as well. And
they're really pushing it now.
Yeah, and there's no reason for them not to. I mean, they have that advantage here. They have the Dragon Knight. They have the extra health there. What's he gonna do when he pops out? It doesn't matter. He's cast star. He can just walk away.
Yep.
So he can be okay. So the timer is up. He just abandons the Dragon Knight. Walks them back here. They take care of the wall. They do a decent amount, half health on that fort.
Yeah.
A lot of value on that Dragon Knight.
Certainly. Did a really, really good job there. Okay, so yeah, I imagine I was going to say both teams are probably going to back up, take some camps, and again, we're going to see that contention over the bottom Giants camp, depending on how much each team wants to try to shove the bottom lane with those Giants.
Yeah, well, like you said, I mean, a lot of the Giants are being taken here, but Dreadnought and Soldier, they're not afraid. They're doing their best to stall this while the allies, Matt, Timmy, and KO, are taking their Giants. Those Giants were taken. They float on over here. A nice Howling Blast, but Warhammer took so much damage so quickly. I mean, the shields go down, the heals go down, but is it going to be enough? Because Dreadnought can burn charge in here. If he thinks he has the situation where he can get that guarantee, they're going to be able to get these Giants here.
Oh my gosh.
And oh my god, the burn charge just barely misses Techie. And but they have this big giant pressure. They've got 4 Giants pushing. The bottom middle Giants are still available to be taken. Matt Timmy's on his way down there right now.
Yeah, that was I couldn't believe that. I felt like that was pretty much an even trade. And then Wildfire just backs up a little bit, and SMG says, "This is our time to strike."
Yeah.
We just move right in. Wildfire's like, "Hey, we don't want any of this. You guys can have those giant camps. It's fine. We don't want to die."
It's just the fear of the burrow charge.
Yeah.
And Dread doesn't even use it. He almost uses like the presence of a new Barak
Yeah.
as like this ultimate fear
You have
to like
to
try to
him.
get you out of position, because you have to constantly just be like, oh, he's going in, and then he doesn't go in. And then when he finally does go in, like the team is just all in sync. You got the Impale followed up by the Hammer coming out of Falstad, and then before you know it, Wargreymond's almost dead.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it's really scary.
Okay, so we do have level 10 for both teams. Any heroics? Yeah, like, okay, we're speculating whether they were going to take APOC or Lightning Breath. They didn't decide to go with APOC, Apocalypse. I feel like they do really, really need that lockdown just to get the extra efficiency out of Strafe, out of the Odin, just to lock them down. Oh, and of course, too, we have Uther on the Divine Storm, too. So if they do get a really nice APOC, they can just move in, continue the stun time with the Divine Storm. So I think it's a good setup. Will they have enough damage output? We'll have to see.
Yeah, well, Dreadnought in the front line here taking a ton of damage. He threw it on Locust Nest, but it's not going to be enough. The Apocalypse getting a lot of value already. Very nicely done. Matt Timmy has to back up there to tap the well. Dreadnought actually, I thought he died. He actually stayed alive through all. Like, how is he alive? So this is
going in.
Ridiculous. I have no words. I have no words. No one died there for SMG. 4 deaths on the side of
5,
ESV.
Apparently. I don't know how they're doing this.
I don't know how they're doing this. They're using some kind of crazy voodoo magic here, and I'm actually just kind of floored because
Wildfire had such a great start to that
it
fight.
looked really, really good. They had the aggression.
They following off full damage off of that strafe is just like, and then they just flipped it around. I don't know how they
I'll tell
did
you,
that.
when I watch SMG play, I eat my words far too
Oh,
often.
yeah.
Like they like to prove me wrong. Oh, they're gonna die here. Nope, the whole team just gonna live and just all kill them, just casually. Just SMG things, guys. I mean, really impressive stuff here. And Dragon Knight is an advantage, is taken for their side. Being able to pressure here, the fort is going to fall. Pickle's taking a sizable amount of damage from the punt.
The punt. The level lead is really telling the story right now. SMG can just pressure for days here if they need to. And I think they're going to do just that.
They have no reason not to. I mean, they've got the Dragon Knight for another 25 seconds
late.
here.
They want to try to wrap this up.
This is the. They only need one more win here. They're up 3 levels, like you said. That's a talent advantage.
Almost 4.
Almost 4. Yeah,
it's crazy, and you don't see that too often. Yeah, they have a technically, if you want to count numbers here,
yeah, if you want to look,
it's really 3, but you don't see that very often.
Now, how much health does Drev have under that? Looks like he has about half a health bar left underneath that Dragon Knight, so he can just burrow charge his way out of there, and that should be what we see here. But nope, he's like, I'll kill Poom and Uther and Arthas. I'll just stick around.
Oh my gosh.
And let's just kill all of them.
That Odin was. He's going to be regretting that decision, I think.
I don't know if he's going to be regretting it because I don't know if it matters. Only 20 seconds on the death timers here, but
they're going to take a keep.
Yeah, this keep is going to be in
so
for
interesting talent choice. On 13, Arth and KO, that's Falstad and Raynor, both took Giant Killer. Makes a ton of sense. High health pools on Diablo and Arthas. Also the Odin, too. They're going to get a ton of efficiency out of the Giant Killer there because it's percent based on the health pool. I think it's 1.5% on every auto attack that goes in takes off an extra that amount of damage off of their max health pool. So I really like that talent choice there, to be honest with you.
I like that skating Rhaegar that does his legs.
Skating Rhaegar, moonwalking Odins. We've seen it all today.
We've seen it all. It's been a long day, but it's been a great day of cast.
Yeah, so many
I'm
good
having
matches.
a blast. Like, doesn't that money pick look really awkward on Raynor though?
Yeah, it looks like he's not really quite sure what's going on. It's just like, oh, where do I hold this thing? I don't.
Jimmy's not a farm boy. Jimmy is just, he's a space cowboy, not a farm boy. We see the Giants here being taken for SMG. Again, 3-level advantage. That level 16 talent advantage is the biggest story to look at right now because, yeah, they've got level 13 talents. That's good. 16 talents are, you know, they're not as big as 20. They're not as big as 10, but they're the third most impactful level in the game. Sure. When it comes down to it. And when you have a 3-level lead on top of that talent advantage, it's pretty darn scary because we can look at the talents here, and we actually see...
It looks like Arthlon's feeling a lot more confident in this game, and he should because he's 3 levels up, but he's taken Berserk, which is, I think it's a 6-second cooldown, but you take a huge boost to your attack speed.
The Bloodlust, everything, oh my, just... That was actually a really nice Apocalypse, but... just the amount of damage coming out of SMG almost immediately is just disgusting. Arthlon is so far forward, just wrecking stuff. Just absolutely just standing there and just laying down tons of damage. Kubi standing up to like nod his head in disgust towards CSD, just like, what did I just watch?
This is it. They're going for it right now.
SMG retains their dominance as the undefeated champions of Kings of the Storm.
Only dropping the one map this entire day.
See Steve stands up shouting, GG, GG indeed.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that was...
there was not much contention there, I gotta say.
That was the shortest grand finals I've ever seen.
Matt, see Steve has requested the mic. Is he live?
Come on the camera.
Right,
come on the camera.
Let
Come
me,
on the camera. Hand me the microphone. We have a...
Hold up.
Coming from backstage. Coming from backstage.
So there was some theory crafting that could have been going on for Wildfire in terms of that pick there. Things just did not end up panning out, unfortunately. They had something that could have worked with the APOC and the Vala Strafe and everything, but they just weren't able to execute it.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
All right. So that wonderful fight that happened up top that you all were like, what happened? How is Dread alive? So what he did was probably one of the best things I've seen today and arguably in a long time. And what happened was he recognized that Soldier was standing up in top lane. So he got caught, he did his thing, and the way that fight happened, the initiation from ESV, they came around the corner. Falsehead was like, all right, no, this is not happening. Threw down the shock and awe, and Dread was like, okay, I'm in there. I'm going to go the opposite direction, pull them back, throw spikes, and have soldiers shield me at the same time. And then he also activated his ult so that he could stay alive with Locust Swarm, and he just didn't matter. After that point, he just kept going. Did not matter.
Drew the fight in that direction.
And like, it was that was such a massive play that it helped him so much.
I mean,
and I mean, we saw the rest of the game, and it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, from there on, it just
kind of just ruined my brain.
Yeah, they do that. They do that from time to time. Yeah,
they do.
Like, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, and at this point, I've casted a good amount of games. I was just like, I failed you, chat. I failed you, stream. I don't know what to tell you. SMG just does stuff, and they just win games. Like
it's scary. Like they've shown why they're pretty unanimously regarded as the #1 team in the.
No one can argue it.
Yeah.
No one can argue it.
Yeah.
I mean, their play is so dominant. It's hard to come into a match where and call them the underdog. It's because that's not a thing. That's not a thing. Whenever somebody beats them, it's the most exciting thing because it's like watching a Titan fall.
Yeah.
So watching them lose that game to it was Tuark today that beat them was huge, and well played by Tuark. They had a great tournament, placing third place. But Wildfire, they had some really strong play against SMG, and they showed they can go toe to toe. But I think game 1 in the series was really just. I mean, we said they had to mix it up. And I think SMG watched their games. They had that very consistent composition all day long. And SMG just picked it apart.
It was a very different series
just picked it apart.
Between grand finals and round 2.
Yeah, we know what
different.
to do. So, and then we saw, Wildfire have to mix it up. We saw the Diablo come out. Not really out of desperation, but out of trying to throw SMG off.
Yeah.
Like, this is something different. We're trying to just mix it up and try to get in there. But SMG had none of it. I mean, they're like, we can beat Diablo. I mean, Apocalypse, easy peasy. What are you gonna do? Try to lock us down and with Divine Storm, Apocalypse is a great.
That was the idea.
That's a great thing, but it didn't. Apparently, it didn't matter.
Yeah. So hey, congrats to SMG.
Yeah,
really nice job.
Again, shout outs to Sea of Steve and Kitten of the Storm for
this
their
guy right here,
I
sponsoring the tournament and running. Yes, very nice job. I think it went pretty smoothly.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, obviously, to all you guys out there who either just tuned in today, donated any of the streams. I heard Naki shout out a donation, so thanks for that. Thanks for following these two guys that are here today. Obviously, our other casters, Xander, Shane, Zoya, Kevin, all of them for coming out and helping us. And stay tuned for, I guess we're going to do like a mini closing ceremony. I know you guys are going to finish out. And we're going to be doing some more stuff coming up, obviously, in the next weeks. And as Jake said, Mr. DSL shirt right here, that's coming up in NA. So check that out. That event's running tomorrow. I'm actually running it. And there's a lot of big plans for NA. So if you're an NA player,
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hit me up. And we'll get some good things coming your way.
Awesome.
One more time. Thanks.
Hey, thanks,
and
Matt.
I'm out.
Now, even though this mic isn't on, I just feel special talking to it, even though I have a headset on, so I'm just going to do this here. I see Steve walks away. Guys, thanks again so much for tuning in today.
Yes.
Kubi,
yeah,
we've been waiting to cast together for, as I look at my Alliance wristband, which isn't a watch,
You're gonna upset so many people with that.
or calendar. Wait, you hate the Alliance? Oh, I can make it hard if that makes you happier.
No,
I play
swag.
Alliance. I play Alliance. BlizzCon swag. No, thank you so much for tuning in. I mean, Corey, we've been actually talking about casting this game together since before the game has come out, and we finally
so many things have gotten in the way of me going to Japan for 2 weeks and just interrupts all over the place. And it was awesome.
So to all the viewers, I would ask you to both follow us on Twitter at the Kubi and at SolidGG. Follow at Sea of Steve, our tournament director, and pretty much the creator and host of Kings of the Storm.
Yes.
And send us some feedback. So if you guys liked our casting, great. If you think there's things we could improve, our observing, any like little things, stylistic choices, things that we say. I know we're a little bit silly here and there. I mean, we've been close friends. We used to play Melee and Brawl competitively.
Yeah.
We've been playing games together for so long, so we can be a bit silly, but you know what, we like. I think that's kind of the flavor of our cast.
Sure,
so let us know what you think about the cast. Let us know any kind of feedback you have for us, because we would really genuinely appreciate that.
Yep.
We'll be back with more Kings of the Storm in the future for sure. And
big thanks to all the teams for coming out and participating today.
I mean,
you guys are all great.
To spend your weekend time and time again, every weekend almost, to just play in our tournament is like, without the teams, we've got no show.
Yeah,
so
we really appreciate the dedication these teams are showing, and it'll pay off. Once this game gets big, you guys will be happy that you've been sticking it out doing this.
And viewership each week increases by 50%. It seems it's crazy how big the community is getting. So, a big thank you to the viewers. A big thank you to the teams.
To you guys.
And a big thank you to just Blizzard for everything they're doing and giving us more and more tools to increase the quality of the cast here. So. But I think that does it.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Until next time, guys.
Of course.
And, final plugs is we do a podcast every Tuesday night at 9 p.m.
How could we forget?
It's called Town Hall Heroes. It's on this channel here, twitch.tv/SolidGG.
Yeah.
Shout out to my hairstylist.
Everything Heroes.
Yeah, it's a competitive show, essentially. It's a show about the competitive meta about Heroes of the Storm, so we really focus on the high-end level of Heroes. If you've never seen it, we'd love for you to tune in.
Sure.
We bring on top players like Dreadnought and Arthon on the show here and there, guys that play at the very top level of the game. And I don't know if we've confirmed our guest for this week, but we do have a pro player coming on our show this Tuesday night at 9 p.m.
A lot has happened.
There's a lot happening. So youtube.com/SolidGG for any matches that you missed. All the VODs of this will be here, and I'm sure Naki and Xander will have theirs up respectively. But guys, thanks again.
Jake, it's been a pleasure, man.
Oh, the
excellent.
Yes.
Such professionalism.
Plaid boys hype. All right, guys.
Except one is Plaid boys. Jeez. All right.
That does it for us, guys. Peace.